3 homers for Lamar in game 1. A team that had only hit 13 home runs in their first 37 games hit 3 homers. Shelby Henderson, a 2-run shot. Kelly Mewson, a solo shot, her team leading 7th of the year, and the first collegiate home run, our Kendall Talley, a 2-run homer in the 7th. Now we're set for game 2. And there's a look at the starting pitcher, Darby Fitzpatrick. Freshman looking for her first win of the year. She did come out of the bullpen and close out Wednesday's game against North Texas. So some positive momentum for her as she closed out the Bearkat 4-3 win. Fitzpatrick worked the final 2 innings, escaped a jam in the 6th inning, and shut the door in the 7th. Here's the batting order for Lamar, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's the attitude from head coach Holly Bruder. It's the same batting order for Lamar after their 6-1 win in game 1. It'll be Guidry, Klaus, and Mewson here in the top of the first of game 2. Sam Houston scored the game's first run in the first inning of game 1. It was 6 unanswered runs for Lamar. Corner infielders are up for Savannah Guidry, who was 1 for 4 with the strikeout against Lindsay McLeod in game 1. And she takes ball 1. Game 2 underway at 5:22 p.m. Very windy weather here in Huntsville. And it's slapped foul. 80 degrees here, about an hour north of Houston. Winds blowing out around 13 miles an hour towards right center. One and 2 on Savannah Guidry. Guidry hitting .355 for the year. Lamar was very patient. They had the 3 homers. They also drew 4 walks against Lindsay McLeod. Guidry staying alive. Three of the 4 infielders are the same for the Bearcats. The only change, Katie Andre is the new third baseman after Taylor Fusler played third in game 1. That stays high. A good battle here from Guidry against Darby Fitzpatrick. The freshman has a 4.54 ERA as we look at the defense. Hunter Irvin gets the start at catcher for Sam Houston State, her 4th start of the year. And Canada comes in left field. Samantha Belongi played game 1. Fisher remains in right. Now 2 changes for Bob Brock. It's bounced to third. And beating it out is Klaus. So we take another look. Andre was up. Just excellent speed from Shannon Klaus, the Lamar center fielder. Now it's Kelly Mewson. What a performance she had in game 1. She had her 7th homer of the year. Had 2 singles and a walk plus a steal. She also had 7 assists at second base, including turning a double play in the 7th inning. By the way, that was Katie Adair a moment ago, the assistant coach for the Bearcats, out to the circle, the tarp with Darby Fitzpatrick. Klaus off first. And the pitch misses outside. Runner goes, the throw is into center field. And Klaus thought about taking third, now she returns. Hunter Irvin with the throw from behind home plate. Now a runner in scoring position for Lamar. 2-2 on Kelly Mewson. Bounce back towards the circle, off the glove of Fitzpatrick. Everyone will be safe. Now Mewson yet to be retired this afternoon, on base for the 5th time. And now a meeting at the circle. Hunter Irvin out there, along with the infielders Carpenter, Malia, Thompson, and Andre. Scored an infield base hit.
Designated player number 26, Taylor Davis.
First and third for Lamar. Taylor Davis at the plate. By the way, that steal for Klaus a moment ago, her 11th of the year. Fastball stays high to Taylor Davis. Davis 1 for 4, had an RBI double and provided insurance for Napoli. This is hit hard up the middle, a base hit, past the glove of Brooke Malia. Throw goes into third, and taking second is Davis. 1-0 Cardinals.
Left fielder number 21, Kendall Talley.
16th RBI of the season for Taylor Davis. 3 straight hits after Guidry was retired on batter's interference. First pitch is up. Kendall Talley, her first collegiate home run. In game 1, that was in the 7th inning off Lindsey McLeod. Talley, all told, was 2 for 3. She scored twice. And also walked once. 1-1 on Kendall Talley, 2 in scoring position. Two balls and a strike. Francis Allman is the home plate umpire. Sal Jarmio is the first base ump. John Scott's over at third. 1-0 Lamar, top of the first. Darby Fitzpatrick in some trouble. Slapped into left field, a base hit. Mewson scores from third. And extra bases all over this first inning for Lamar as the Cardinals keep capitalizing after the Bearcats have bobbles and slow reactions. They've taken the extra base several times in this inning after the Bearcats have thrown to certain bases. Now it's Shelby Henderson with 2 runs already in. First pitch is a ball. Davis is at third after her RBI single. Talley at second. 13 RBIs on the year now for Tally. Hit to shortstop. Thompson across the diamond, nice play. And holding at third is Davis. Henderson retired. She had the go-ahead home run in the second inning of game one. It was 2 for 4 against McLeod in game one. Now it's Karina Thornton. She takes ball one. Two in scoring position with 2 out. Fitzpatrick trying to limit the damage. 2-0. Thornton 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout in the first game today. 4 hits already for Lamar in the top of the first inning. Fastball misses. Fastball, a rise ball. As a called strike keeps Thornton in the box. Fitzpatrick can throw a changeup for a strike in all counts. 2 keys today for Fitzpatrick. She must locate her curveball and her screwball at the knees. Chop toward short. Thompson charging. She cannot field it cleanly. Another run comes in for Lamar. 3-0. Davis scores from third. Tough play. Just went right under the glove of Thompson and hit her in the right leg. Maddie Myers now. She takes strike one and a steal for Karina Thornton. Although that was an error charge to Tiffany Thompson. Fastball low. A called strike, 1-2. Shelby Houston, the catcher, is on deck. Myers is the 8th batter of the inning for Lamar here in the first. Cardinals up 3-0. 2-2. One of the keys for Fitzpatrick is trying to get through the first couple innings unscathed. She usually grows in confidence, but unable to do that here today. And there is a swing and a miss. Lamar leads 2 after the strikeout, but they put up 3 runs in the first against Darby Fitzpatrick. We will stay here for the mid-inning break. And we can show you the starting lineup for the Sam Houston State Bearcats under head coach Bob Brock. A few changes to the order for Coach Brock. Cody Carpenter, who batted cleanup in game 1, is the leadoff batter in game 2. Megan McDonald and Tiffany Thompson will follow. They batted in those same places in game 1. Brooke Maley is the new cleanup hitter after she hit 7th in game 1. Hunter Irvin bats 5th. She gets her 4th start of the year. Megan Crosby is the DP after catching game 1. Sheridan Fisher is in right field. Katie Andre gets her first start today at 3rd, and Carly Canada starts in left field. So Andre, Canada, and Irvin, the newcomers to the lineup for Bob Brock. Taylor Gruel is the pitcher for Lamar. A freshman with a 3.55 earn run average. Today is her 24th appearance overall, her 15th start. And here's the defense for Lamar, unchanged from game 1. Same batting order and same defensive alignment. Our coach, Holly Bruder. Houston behind the plate, Henderson, Musin, Guidry, and Myers first to third in the infield. Thornton, Klaus, and Talley across the outfield. The Bearcats have played from behind almost the entire afternoon. They had a 1-0 lead until the top of the second. Now play from behind from the first inning on here in game 2. Carpenter takes a called strike. Carpenter 1 for 3 in game 1. The Bearcats had 5 hits, but all were singles against Laura Napoli. Good off-speed pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor Gruhl has a very good fastball. She can hit 63, 64, and 65 miles an hour. And Coach Bruder said she is one of the hardest throwing in the conference, maybe the hardest. And there's a line drive toward second. Nice play on 2 hops. Guidry across the diamond. Made that look easy. Carpenter retired in the Bearcat first inning. Has a quick word with Megan McDonald on her way back to the dugout, offering a scouting report on Guidry. Or on Gruhl, I should say. Now it's McDonald. 0 for 3. She scored the Bearcats' lone run in the first inning in game 1. Takes a called strike. A high strike is called. 0-2 on McDonald. I mentioned the hard fastball in the mid-60s for Gruhl. This is tap foul past first base. Also, there's a curveball, a screwball, a rise ball, and has an unbelievable changeup. This is lined towards right field. Mewson has it and fires across to first. McDonald retired. "13 ground ball outs in game 1 for Laura Napoli. She only needed 85 pitches to throw the complete game. 2 ground ball outs to start things off for Taylor Gruhl. Tiffany Thompson swings and misses to the first pitch. A senior in game 1, Laura Napoli. Taylor Gruhl is a true freshman. Swing and a miss. Thompson aggressive here in the first inning. Line drive foul past third. Coach Holly Bruder said, "We have watched Taylor Gruhl since her sophomore year. She had a knee injury as a junior, and Coach Bruder said we stuck with her. Said many coaches don't when a player suffers a major injury in high school." There's a swing and a miss. Thompson down on strike. She chased after a high one. 1 inning complete in game 2. Lamar leads Sam Houston 3-0.
We believe the best light beer to have with friends is the original light beer. Always brewed with more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Miller Lite. Hold true.
At HEB, we are all about Texas beef because we're dedicated to supporting local Texas ranchers, like Dr. Charles Graham from Gonzales, Texas.
I've always loved working ranch animals, so I became a veterinarian to ensure my cattle got the best care 24/7. They need lots of TLC, and I'll make sure to get it.
Ranchers like Dr. Graham are why HEB buys more Texas beef than anyone else. This is the best Texas beef department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
We believe believe the best light beer to have with friends is the original light beer. Always brewed with more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Success does not come easy. Winning championships takes hard work on the field of play and in the classroom. Play your part in building champions and become a Bearkat champion today.
I know my life is going to be in a better place after I graduate because of the donors who give me their endowment each year.
The Bearkat champion.
Houston bunting. Fitzpatrick will field it, fire to first, and the ball gets away from Carpenter. It would have been a close play had she caught it cleanly. Lamar using the thunder in game 1 and now using the speed in game 2. Now Shelby Houston is aboard to start the second inning. Houston was the only batter that didn't come to the plate in the first inning. A bunt single starts the Lamar second. Now it's bunted towards third. Andre has it in time over to first. Savannah Guidry gets the sacrifice down. Houston up to second. Guidry's 0 for 1 out on batter's interference in the first inning. Now it's Shannon Klaus. She had an infield single and stole second. Came around to score last inning. Lamar scored 3 runs on 4 hits in that first inning against Darby Fitzpatrick. Klaus slaps it back to the mound. They'll throw to second. Not in time. Maybe she pulled her foot off the bag. It looked like the throw may have beaten Houston there. Very close play. And Fitzpatrick was extra careful, allowing Brooke Malia to get to the second base bag before throwing it. It was a nice play made by the freshman pitcher. Now it's Kelly Musin, takes a called strike over the outside. Musin, 4 hits today. A homer, a few singles, plus a walk. Ball in the dirt, nice block behind home plate by Irvin. Big secondary lead from the base runner Shelby Houston. Softball family for Kelly Musin as she ropes this out to center field. Still back, and that's going to bounce against the wall. Retrieved by McDonald. Musin into second with an RBI double. 5th hit today for Kelly Musin. Never stops smiling out on the softball field. Fifth double of the year for Kelly Musin. Now it's Taylor Davis. First pitch called a strike. Davis, an RBI single. Her first time up. 6 hits now for Lamar. They lead 4-0 after the RBI double from Musin. One and 2 the count. Fitzpatrick committed a long time ago to Sam Houston State. She really threw the ball hard for her age, and she was about 14 years old, according to assistant coach Garrett Valish. But she didn't pitch a lot in high school, either on her club team or in high school, because she was behind other pitchers. And those two situations may have slowed her development a bit. But the Bearkat coaching staff is very pleased with her development as a freshman. Lined right our way and just foul. to my way today. Had one just to my right, that one just to my left. We're just to the right on the concourse. If you're ever here at the stadium, feel free to come say hello, but we're right past the protective net. That one's fouled back into the net. Now, Fitzpatrick, relatively speaking, not as many innings in her arm compared to other pitchers at her age, but I think the Bearcats view that as a good thing. More room for development over the next 3 years as that pitch is low to Davis, 2-2. They say she's given them tough innings against some quality lineups. Facing a very deep Lamar lineup today. 3-2 pitch is hit high in the air to center field. McDonald racing back and she makes the catch in the alleyway. Lamar adds another on Kelly Muson's 5th hit of the afternoon. The 2-out RBI double makes it 4-0 Cardinals.
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Dude, what's up with your sandwich?
Oh, this is HEB Bear Bread. You know, the network, they heard bear and assumed that it meant naked.
So what does bear bread mean?
It just means it doesn't have crust, which makes it great for all kinds of sandwiches, like the BLT or turkey, tuna salad, any of them.
They all do look good.
Yeah, it's totally SFWL. Safe for work lunches.
Makes sense. I get it.
HEB Bear Bread, part of HEB's Primo Picks All-Star lineup.
You got a little something.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Now has a 4-run lead as we start the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Bearcats, second baseman number 14, Brooke Malia.
Brooke Malia, Hunter Irvin, and Megan Crosby due up. 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Good swing for Malia. She fouls it back. Malia 1 for 3 in game 1 against Laura Napoli, the Lamar senior who threw a complete game. This is lined out to right center. That is down for extra bases. Klaus gets to it. Malia will stop at second with the leadoff double. First extra base hit today for the Bearcats.
Catcher, number 26, Hunter Irvin.
Nice swing going the opposite way. Now it's Hunter Irvin getting the start at catcher in game 2. 4th start of the season for the sophomore. 1 for 11 at the plate here in 2018. First pitch swinging, lifts it out to left field. Talley makes the catch. Irvin retired on 1 pitch. Now Megan Crosby.
The designated player, number 8, Megan Crosby.
Crosby 1 for 3 in game 1 when she was behind the plate. First pitch in there for a called strike. Holly Bruder told me about Taylor Gruhl. They stuck with her after her knee injury as a junior in high school, as that fastball runs inside. She was very impressed how well Gruhl pitched against the University of Washington, one of the top teams in college softball. 4 shutout innings against Washington back in February. That pitch is up in the zone. Coach Bruder loves her attitude, her demeanor, and composure as a freshman. She says she wants to win for the team and for herself. And the latter part is okay too. Fastball misses inside, 3-1. Coach Bruder said the pressure does not scare Taylor Gruel. Said she can put her in a bases loaded, no out situation, and she thrives off of it. Here, 3-1, and it's hit softly back towards the circle and caught by Gruel. Nice play from the pitcher. Crosby pops out. 2 straight retired after the leadoff double for Malia. Now a big spot for Sheridan Fisher, trying to get some momentum back in the Bearkat dugout. She lines it out towards right center and down for a base hit. Klaus gets to it, and the Bearkats are on the board. A 2-out single from Fisher scores Malia. Short, compact swing from Fisher. 6th RBI of the season for the freshman. Now it's Katie Andre. Fastball runs inside. Andre did not play in game 1. Hitting .231 on the season. Continuing Coach Bruder's thoughts on Taylor Gruel, says, I can't teach composure and demeanor. Gruel just has it as a freshman. 4-1 Lamar. And there's a strike. 2 hits in the inning for the Bearkats. Malia leadoff double, Fisher an RBI single. Carly Canada would be next. And it's hit high and deep out to left. Back goes Tally. That is gone. Katie Andre, a 2-run shot. And the Bearkats are right back in it, trailing 4-3. The Bearkats have been hunting early in this game against Taylor Gruel. Aggressive early in the count. And on a 2-1 pitch, Andre was ready. About bell tie, and no doubt about it. Second homer of the season for Andre. Exactly what Coach Bob Brock would want from a senior after a quiet performance from his team in game 1 with 5 singles. The senior in the 8-hole provides a little thump. The Bearkats have 3 runs in here in the second. Now it's Carly Canada. Did not play in game 1. That's 9th in game 2, a freshman batting .143 on the year. It's her 15th start this season. She lines it just past first base, a foul ball. Coach Garrett Vallis told me that they brought in 3 freshman outfielders this season as the pitch is low, and all 3 are fighting for playing time. Specifically in left field, Carly Canada and Samantha Belangi have been fighting for that left field position. Belangi started game 1, Canada gets the start in game 2. A good eye, they appeal down to third, no swing. Really, for the first time today, some hooting and hollering from the Bearkat dugout. They've scored 3 runs off Taylor Gruel here in the home half of the second. That's a called strike. Canada really worked on being polished as a defender. The coaching staff of Sam Houston State said you have to refine your defensive game in lefts. And she was out there every day before practice, the Bearkat outfield coach working on that. Soft swing to second, Musin has it, flips to first, and the inning is over. But the Bearcats strike for 3 runs here in the second, including a 2-run homer from Katie Andre. To the third in Huntsville, Lamar leads 4-3.
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Dude, what's up with your sandwich?
Oh, this is HEB Bear Bread. You know, the network, they heard bear and assumed that it meant naked.
So what does bear bread mean?
It just means it doesn't have crust, which makes it great for all kinds of sandwiches like the BLT or turkey, tuna salad, any of them.
They all do look good.
Yeah, it's totally SFWL. Safe for work lunches.
Makes sense. I get it.
HEB Bear Bread, part of HEB's Primo Picks All-Star lineup.
You got a little something.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Texas and the Sam Houston State Bearkat softball complex. Let's take a look back at this 2-run homer from Katie Andre. That pulled the Bearcats within a run. We stand at 4-3 with Kendall Talley, at the plate. She had her first collegiate home run in game 1. 2 balls, no strikes. Talley, part of the rally in the first inning, an RBI single. Lamar scored 3 times in the first, 1 run in the second. And it's lined out to left center. That is down for extra bases. Canada gets to it at the wall. Her throw goes in to Thompson. Stand-up double for Kendall Talley.
First baseman, number 5, Shelby Henderson.
Now it's Shelby Henderson. And she takes strike 1. Good take, 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive base hit into right center. Talley is waved in, she will score. Fisher's throw into second. Back-to-back doubles for Lamar. And they've restored their lead. It's now 5-3. And that's the end of the line for Darby Fitzpatrick. Goes 2+ innings, cannot record an out in the third. And it's Annie Bailey on to pitch for the Bearcats. Annie Bailey will face Lamar when we come back.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
What does it mean to be Southland Strong?
It's
not just big wins.
It's success in the classroom
and being engaged with service,
family, passion,
integrity,
overcoming adversity,
hard work and dedication,
bettering people around you,
striving for excellence,
leadership and competition
on our campus
and in our community.
Something strong.
Annie Bailey into the game. She picked up her second win of the season on Wednesday, a road win at North Texas. Went 5 innings, and now she's into this game back of Darby Fitzpatrick. First pitch called a strike. Karina Thornton at the plate. Lamar chased Darby Fitzpatrick, back-to-back doubles. Kendall Talley and Shelby Henderson. Now Hunter Irvin, the battery of Thornton, goes out to have a word. Thornton reached on an error in the first inning. A tough out in the number 7 hole for Coach Bruder and Lamar. 8 hits already in game 2 for the Cardinals. They've scored in each of the first 3 innings. Slapped back towards the circle, off the glove, fielded, there'll be no play. An infield single, tough for Bailey, right into the game. Had a hit right over her head. Henderson up to third. And now it's Maddie Myers. She struck out to end the first inning. Only strikeout reported by Fitzpatrick. This is lifted out to right center. Long run, and not making the catch in right field is Fisher. A catchable ball in and out of the glove. And Lamar adds on another run at 6-3 as Henderson scores from third. Myers aggressive on the first swing, going the other way. Not an easy play for Fisher. And it scored a single for Myers. 4 straight hits for Lamar. The last 2 coming off Bailey. Shelby Houston now, the catcher. And she takes ball 1. Houston an opposite field single to right field in the second. 10 hits for Lamar. They lead 6-3. And the pitch is low. Bailey, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed as she allowed 2 runs against North Texas on Wednesday in Denton. Corner infielders are up for the Bearkats. Still nobody out. A hitter's count for Houston. And she takes a strike. Annie Bailey is a down ball pitcher. She throws the curve ball, the screwball, the rise ball, and the changeup. Three and 1. Her drop ball and her changeup are her best 2 pitches. Not a power pitcher. She really relies on movement and timing and mixing speeds. Bunted, picked up by Andre. She throws to first. The sacrifice is executed by Houston. A hitter's count, but the sacrifice sign is put on. Houston gets the job done. That's the life of a number 9 hitter. Coach Bruder told me she was a number 9 hitter in her days. A number 9 hitting third baseman. And a good day for a number 9 hitter is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Maybe you get hit by a pitch to do what it takes for your team. There goes Bob Brock out to the mound to talk with his team. I mentioned he was elected into the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Hall of Fame last year. 9th among NCAA Division I active softball head coaches total career victories. He's over 1,100. Probably his career highlight, the 3 national championships he won at Texas A&M. 1982, 1983, and 1987 with the Aggies. And they finished as runner-up in 84 and 86. So what a run. A winner or runner-up 5 out of 6 years in the 80s for Bob Brock at Texas A&M. There's Savannah Guidry. Fastball hits the outside. Annie Bailey's had an up and down season. She was unhittable in the fall, according to the Sam Houston State coaches. 1-1. Lesser competition, a lot of junior colleges in the fall, but she did throw 3 scoreless innings against Texas Tech last fall. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Thornton at third, Myers at second. Guidry fouls it off. Well, Coach Bruder had a chance to watch Guidry when she played at HBU. As this is lined out to left field, Canada makes the catch. Tagging from third is Thornton. She will score. And Lamar is back in front by 4 runs. They lead 7-3. A sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly. 16th RBI of the season for Savannah Guidry. Now it's Shannon Klaus, and that's to the backstop. A ball in the dirt, tough play for Irvin to try to keep it in front. Myers moves up to third base. 1 ball, no strikes on Shannon Klaus, who has singled and lined back to the circle. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Lamar. Pitches outside. Coach Bruder, going back to Savannah Guidry, said seeing her play at HBU and in junior college down the road from Lamar, said seeing what she could do, I knew we wanted this kid. 3-0 on Klaus. Bruder says Guidry makes plays at shortstop. She can throw on the run. Makes plays in the 5-6 hole, right between shortstop and third base as Irvin goes out to the mound. But Bruder said, I wish I had her for all 4 years. And Klaus walks. Now it's Kelly Musin. Now Musin, the star today, 3 hits in game 1, including a home run, 2 for 2 in game 2, including a double in her last at bat. Her batting average on the year is up to .336. There's a throw down to second with the steal on, and the tag is completed. Nice job by the defense. The run will not count. Well, they try the double steal. Klaus is tagged out before Myers can score. Nice job from the Bearkat defense. But Lamar gets 3 runs back in the top of the third. We go to the home half, 7-3 Lamar.
This is the original light beer. Brewed to be everything you want in a beer and less. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Dude, what's up with your sandwich?
Oh, this is HEB Bear Bread. You know, the network, they heard bear and assumed that it meant naked.
So what does bear bread mean?
It just means it doesn't have crust, which makes it great for all kinds of sandwiches like the BLT or turkey, tuna salad, any of them.
They all do look good.
Yeah, it's totally SFWL. Safe for work lunches.
Makes sense. I get it.
HEB Bear Bread, part of HEB's Primo Picks All-Star lineup.
You got a little something.
This is the original light beer. And 40 years later, we still brew it the same way. Because when you get something right, you don't mess with it. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Here's a replay of how the top of the inning ended. Nice throw from the Sam Houston catcher, Hunter Irvin, and then a shortstop, Tiffany Thompson, tags out Shannon Klaus to end the inning. Houston will lead off a fourth inning for Lamar. Cody Carpenter and the top of the order for Sam Houston after they had a nice second inning off Taylor Gruel. Carpenter grounded out to shortstop her first time up. 7-3 Lamar. Carpenter takes low. Heard a very interesting story from Alan Wiehausen, the softball head coach at Groesbeck High School, about Taylor Gruel. And he told me that Gruel had an unbelievable display of her tenacity and toughness as it's foul back. In class at Groesbeck High School, Taylor Gruel was in ag shop, agricultural shop as it's known, and she had an accident with the handheld grinder that forced her to get 41 stitches in her nose and eyelid. Do you think she came back to play that day? Of course she did. They pitched that night, a doubleheader in Waco for Groesbeck High School, and Taylor Gruel hit a grand slam in one game, had a 2-run homer in the second game, and 18 total strikeouts just a few hours after needing 41 stitches in her nose and eyelid. Lifted down the left field line, that is foul into the vacant Sam Houston State bullpen. Alan Wiehausen told that story. He was the assistant coach for Groesbeck at the time. He's now the head coach, but remarked on her demeanor, said when she's in the circle, you can't tell if she's happy, frustrated, good or bad. Same demeanor all the time. Hit weakly towards second. Houston has it, and there's one out. Carpenter 0 for 2 in game 2 with a pair of groundouts. There's Megan McDonald.
Center fielder, number 9, Megan McDonald.
Coach Wiehausen says Gruel comes from a great softball family, close to their grandparents and parents. Made the decision to go to Lamar very early. Had a knee injury in high school and bounced back. 1-1 on McDonald, who grounded out to second base her first time. Now Groesbeck in the Waco area, one of the softball hotbeds in Texas. Swing and a miss from McDonald, it's 1-2. I asked Coach Wiehausen why it's so popular there, and he says it's just a sport that people are crazy about. Very generational as it's foul back. Many of these kids' parents or grandparents played the sport. A cousin, an aunt. A lot of popularity. Of course, football is king in Texas, but in many parts, softball is right up there amongst the most popular sports. Now, Taylor Gruel now with a 1-2 count, facing Megan McDonald, who fouls it back. 41 stitches and a 2-homer, 18 strikeout performance later that night for Groesbeck High School. A tough pitcher, Taylor Gruel. McDonald grounds it to the first baseman, Henderson. Off her glove, Mewson tries her best, but it's an infield single for McDonald. Good swing from McDonald. Henderson, well, just to keep it on the infield. Nice hands for McDonald. Got inside the pitch and roped it down the first base line. McDonald's first hit in the doubleheader today. Now Tiffany Thompson. She struck out to end the first inning. The only strikeout so far for Taylor Gruel. Lifts it in the air to left, hit pretty well. Talley racing back. That one is gone. A 2-run shot from Tiffany Thompson on the first pitch. And the Bearcats are right back in it. They trail 7-5. The team-leading 5th homer of the year for Tiffany Thompson. She was ready for it. Pitch right at the knees. th and 13th RBIs of the year. Now Holly Bruder is out of the dugout. We have a pitching change coming into the game as Anissa Rodriguez. The Bearcats using the long ball here in game 2. 7-5 Lamar. Rodriguez will work from the circle when we come back.
Growing the ground is not just a saying or an expression. I take it as more of a Bearcat way.
It's time for everybody to get together. So anybody comes out, the community of Huntsville comes out and just get together, wear your orange.
To me, Grow the Growl is more than just letters on a stadium or words on a pamphlet. It's more about an overall feeling of spirit.
You made the commitment to come to Sam Houston. Commit all the way, 100%.
Success does not come easy. Winning championships takes hard work on the field of play and in the classroom by our student athletes.
Thank you for blessing me with this opportunity and your support so that our future Bearcats can continue our winning tradition.
Play your part in building champions and become a Bearcat champion today.
Welcome back to Huntsville. On the very first pitch, Brooke Malia pops it up and it's caught in foul ground by the Lamar first baseman Shelby Henderson. So a good start for Anissa Rodriguez, the new pitcher. Now it's Hunter Irvin. Malia is 1 for 2. She doubled and scored in the second. Pitch is up in the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. Irvin swung at the first pitch, her first at bat, and flew out to left. Big swing and she fouls it back. Anissa Rodriguez, a sophomore from Schertz, Texas, and Samuel Clemens High School. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is her 6th appearance of the year. Limited action for the sophomore. 7 total innings. Before today, she's allowed 14 hits. Irvin swings and misses, 2-2. Oh, 3 homers in game 1 from Lamar, 2 homers for the Bearcats in game 2. Katie Andre, a 2-run shot, and Tiffany Thompson, a 3-run homer. Another foul pop-up, and the inning is over. Nice work out of the bullpen from Anissa Rodriguez as Myers makes the catch. Irvin's retired, and the inning is over. Now to the 4th in game 2. an offensive affair. Lamar leads the Bearcats 7-5.
Community Service Credit Union is a proud partner of Bearkat Athletics. They're also proud to offer banking your way, whether it's online, in person, or via their mobile app. And remember that with SHSU, it's personal.
All smiles for Tiffany Thompson after her 2-run homer. The Bearcats fighting tooth and nail with Lamar here in game 2. Here is the home run from Thompson. Beautiful swing out to left field. Team best 5th homer of the year. First pitch is called a strike. Annie Bailey returns to the circle. She worked the 3rd inning. Gave up 1 run on 2 hits. Behind Darby Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's line is complete. 2 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. That ball's in the dirt, 1-1. Kelly Mewson was at the plate on a caught stealing, which ended a 3rd inning. She leads off the 4th here for Lamar. And she fouls it back. Kelly Mewson was coached by her dad, Nolan Mewson, in high school. Liberty High School in Hillsboro, Oregon. And Nolan told me that Kelly had opportunities to play at bigger schools, but Kelly has big aspirations to be a doctor and wants to be a dermatologist. This is lined into right field, another base hit. 3 for 3 in game 2. 6 for 6 combined in this doubleheader for Kelly Mewson. 2 singles and a double here in the 2nd game. And Coach Nolan Mewson told me we hear more about the student side of what is taking place in Beaumont oftentimes than the Lamar softball team for Kelly Mewson. A student athlete standing on first base. Now it's Taylor Davis. Takes ball 1. Davis, an RBI single in the first, flew out to center field her last time. 11 hits here in game 2 for Lamar. A called strike. According to Nolan Mewson, Kelly is adamant that she gets good grades and high test scores. Prepare her for grad school later on. Mewson is out, caught stealing second base. A nice throw from Hunter Irvin. Really the first foot put wrong by Kelly Mewson today. Caught stealing. Nice throw from Irvin behind home plate. Stayed in the crouch. A dart down to Thompson. A nice tag applied by the shortstop. Now Mewson returns to the dugout. Base is empty. And a swing and a miss from Davis. Now Kelly Mewson, one of 3 sisters in the Mewson family, all played travel softball. And one of her older sisters won a national title at UT Brownsville. Three and 2 the count on Davis. Out in front of that one, fouls it down towards the bullpen. Caitlin Dawson is up and working. She has not pitched yet today. Hits this one out to left center field. McDonald in the alley makes the catch. Davis retired 1 for 3 in game 2. Now it's Kendall Talley. Talley's had a nice day at the plate. First collegiate home run late in game 1, 2 for 2 in the second game, an RBI single, a double, and a run scored. Coach Bruder said they've been tracking her since her sophomore year in high school. She slaps this down the left field line. That's going to fall. Canada quickly gets to it, throws to second. It's a double for Talley, her second in as many at-bats. Kendall Talley all smiles as she jogs back towards the dugout. Coach Bruder said that Talley only had 1 or 2 things in her repertoire in high school, mostly a touch and run hitter. And in high school, oftentimes that's all you really have to do. If you can get down the baseline under 3 seconds, you're going to get on base quite a bit. That pitch misses up in the zone to Shelby Henderson. Kendall Talley worked hard in the fall and the spring. Coach Britter says, I love her speed and fitness and has a great softball body. There's a strike, 1-1. Great nutrition, which Coach Bruder thinks is something that's overlooked in softball. It's tough to eat healthy, home and road, all year round. Something that Talley takes seriously. Trying to add power to her game now. That was a bloop double, but swinging away, not trying to chop it on the infield. And her second double of game 2. Second and third doubles of the season. Had 1 all year coming into play today. This is hit high in the air to center field. McDonald racing back, still back at the wall, and it's gone. Henderson, her second homer today. A 2-run shot off McLeod in game 1. And she takes Annie Bailey deep, another 2-run shot, this one to center field. Anytime Sam Houston gets closer to Lamar, the Cardinals pull back in front. It's 9-5 Lamar. Now it's Karina Thornton. Fifth homer of the year for Shelby Henderson. Now she's up to 23 RBIs on the year. Karina Thornton, infield single and a run scored her last time, reached on an error and stole a base in the first inning. She takes a called strike. Lamar, 13 homers in 37 games coming into this doubleheader. They've hit 4 in the 2 games today. 3 in game 1 en route to a 6-1 win. And another homer in game 2, the 2-run shot from Shelby Henderson a moment ago. 1 and 2 on Thornton. Shelby Henderson went to Keller High School in Keller, Texas. And Coach Britter raving about the 5A championship she won in high school, the state title. Popped up to shortstop. Thompson has it, and the inning is over. Well, Lamar has scored in each of the first 4 innings of game 2. We go to the home half. It's 9-5 Cardinals.
Throughout my 3 years at St. Houston, I was honored to get a second chance at playing the sport I love, and I was also honored to have a legend as my coach. I found that he was not just our coach, he was one of our biggest fans on and off the field. I am beyond grateful that I had the privilege to be coached by one of softball's greatest of all time. Thank you for everything, and I wish you the best of luck in your retirement, Coach Brock.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Bearcats trailing 9-5 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Anissa Rodriguez will start the inning. She got the final 2 outs of the 3rd. Couple foul pop-ups. It's Megan Crosby to bat now. First pitch swings and misses. Crosby lined back to the pitcher her first time up. Bearcats 5 runs, 5 hits. 4 of the 5 runs coming on a couple of 2-run homers. Popped up, foul ground, first base side. Another foul pop-up coaxed by Anissa Rodriguez. Crosby's 0 for 2. Here's Sheridan Fisher, an RBI single with 2 outs in the 2nd. Got the Bearcats on the board. Coach Garrett Valish of Sam Houston State said Fisher really wanted to come to Huntsville. And takes a strike, a criminal justice major. Apparently Sam Houston State, one of the best criminal justice majors in the country, and Sheridan Fisher studying forensic science. 1-1. Fisher working on being more consistent at the plate. Coach Valas says she has all the skills to be successful here at Sam Houston State. Another foul pop-up. And it's actually caught in fair ground as the wind took that one past home plate. But Rodriguez getting the job done. She's had a tough year so far, but she's coaxed 4 pop-ups off these Bearcat bats. Now it's Katie Andre. A big fly from Andre in the 2nd, a 2-run shot. And made it 4-3 at the time. But Lamar just won't stop scoring. Andre takes a called strike. Spoke with Rick Church, the Blinn head coach, former coach of Katie Andre. Played at Blinn before Sam Houston. Said the biggest thing about her is how hard she worked. Wasn't a starter as a freshman, worked her way into a starter as a sophomore. Andre fouls it back. Was bound and determined to be the starting shortstop as a sophomore, and she was. Atkinson Award winner at Blinn for the highest 2-year GPA. Trying to extend this 4th inning for the Bearcats. It's foul back. Played second base and outfield at Blinn. A third baseman for the Bearcats here in game 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul back. Coach Rick Church at Blinn said Katie Andre always came in with the positive attitude, day in, day out. Whether she was playing or not, always a great attitude. Always a positive attitude for her teammates, very selfless. And I've heard from so many coaches around the state of Texas about these current players for both these teams. Popped up another foul pop-up opportunity. This one too far for Houston. Well, something that Anissa Rodriguez is doing is throwing off the timing of Sam Houston, and they can't help but pop it up. It would have been the 5th pop-out in a row induced by Anissa Rodriguez. But Andre has another chance. Carly Canada would be next for the Bearcats. Bounce towards third. Nice pick by Myers across the diamond to Henderson, and the inning is over. Anissa Rodriguez has been outstanding. 5 up, 5 down out of Lamar bullpen. 9-5 Lamar as we go to the 5th.
All right, Nancy comes on from Whataburger. What's the name contest? Let's head down to with Jessica.
I'm here with Adrian. She has a chance to win Whataburger for her in a full row if she can guess the player correctly. Are you ready? Yes. The first clue is she had her tooth go through her lip. The second clue is that she won an award for highest GPA. And lastly, she's number 12. Audience, want to help her out? Do you have a guess? She's going to guess Katie Andre. Let's see if she's correct. And she is. Congratulations. And thank you to Whataburger for their support.
Life in the Lamar dugout. They are 3 innings away from a double-header sweep of the Bearcats, but a lot of softball yet to be played. And this offensive display from the Bearcat softball complex. Annie Bailey returns to the circle for her second full inning of work. She's gone 2 innings so far behind Darby Fitzpatrick. First pitch is there for strike 1. Maddie Myers at the plate, singled her last time, also struck out. 8, 9, and 1 in Holly Bruder's batting order for Lamar. A Cardinals with 13 hits here in game 2. Foul back, 0-2. Swing and a miss. First strikeout recorded by Annie Bailey. Shelby Houston now. Houston singled and scored her first time up, and then a sacrifice bunt her last. Strikeouts were a big part of game 1 for Lamar. Lindsay McLeod, 12 strikeouts in a losing effort. Now 2 shy of her season high against UIW match on March 9th. She had 13 against Stephen F. Austin last weekend. Pop up right around home plate. And the catch is made by Irvin. 2 quick outs for Annie Bailey here in the 5th. Top of the order now in Savannah Guidry. First pitch called a strike. William Millette, the Nederland softball head coach, Nederland High School, called Savannah Guidry the best softball player he's ever coached. And he's had some of his players play at Baylor, Arkansas, and some other big schools. Said simply, she's the single most talented player he's ever coached, and a work ethic to go with it. Guidry exemplifies being a great teammate. She's also the hype man of the team. Starts many of the chants for Lamar and for her former high school team, Nederland High School. Coach William Millette said she always seems to make stuff fun. Nothing but a ball of positive energy. Absolutely cares about other people. 2-1 the count on Guidry with the bases empty. Popped up behind third and too far for Tiffany Thompson, or the left fielder, Canada. Oh, Guidry will go over to Nederland High School. It's so close to Lamar University in Beaumont. Sometimes Coach Millette will ask Guidry to come back and talk to her team, and she'll always do it on a single day's notice. Get a new softball before this 2-2 pitch from Bailey to Guidry. And both Millette and head coach Bruder rave about Guidry's defensive skills at shortstop. Full count now on Guidry atop the Lamar order. Wind howling now here in Huntsville. Foul back. Coach Millette said Guidry makes the hard plays look routine. Great footwork, gets rid of the ball quickly. Coach Bruder says she has a quick register, a quick sidearm throw on a ball she has to charge. Complete player for Lamar, Savannah Guidry. Lines it out to left. Canada breaking back, and she cannot make the over-the-shoulder catch. Another base runner for Lamar as Guidry reaches. A 2-out base runner. And it scored a double after a long battle. That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Coach Valles said Carly Canada's working on nuances of left field defensively, and that's a play that I think at some point in her career she'll be able to make. It's lifted out to right field. Fisher has it, and the inning is over. Shannon Klaus retired on the first pitch, 1 for 3 with the walk in Game 2. And for the first time in Game 2, Lamar does not score a run in a single inning. To the bottom of the 5th in Huntsville, Lamar looking for a 2-game sweep with a doubleheader. They lead 9-5. Bottom of the fifth now from Huntsville. It's 9-5 Lamar. That was Katie Adair, the assistant coach. Coaches first base for the Bearcats. Third year as an assistant coach. Predominantly works the pitchers and the outfielders. Carly Canada. Has a 3-0 count. 9, 1, and 2 in the order for Bob Brock. Canada, then Carpenter and McDonald. And there's a 4-pitch walk. A mistake from Anissa Rodriguez after she retired the first 5 she faced, 4 on pop-ups. The 5th on a ground out. She walks the 9-hitter Canada.
First baseman number 5, Cody Carpenter.
Here is Cody Carpenter. Carpenter 0 for 2 in game 2. She's grounded out twice. First pitch swinging, she fouls it back. Michelle McBride, her head coach at Houston Power. McBride, a club team for Cody Carpenter, shared a good story with me about her competitive nature, even as a 12-year-old. As the 1-1 pitch is low. McBride says, I remember going to 12U Nationals in Panama City, Florida, and we went go-karting as a team. And she was so mad, but she got the last car. But by the end of the race, she blew by everyone. She didn't care who she ran into the wall or who had spun out, including me. She says, I love Cody. She's a super special kid. I'm grateful to have coached her. Carpenter trying to get a rally going for the Bearcats. Canada walked on 4 pitches. Carpenter has a 3-1 count with Megan McDonald on deck. Bearcats trailing 9-5. Foul back. Coach Valish of Sam Houston State complimented her baseball or her softball IQ, I beg your pardon, her ability to run the defense from her first base position. Valish said Carpenter's always been able to swing the bat. We asked her to do more, calling defense and calling rotations. And here she draws a walk. Now, the Bearcats did not walk at all in game 1 against Laura Napoli, who needed just 85 pitches to throw a complete game. And they had not drawn a walk in game 2 until this inning. They've done it twice over against Anissa Rodriguez. And now we're going to see a pinch runner. Kate Martinez will run for Cody Carpenter. Now 2 straight walks, and now McDonald steps up to the plate. First 2 walks of the afternoon coming in succession for the Bearcats. McDonald 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 3rd. She bunts it towards 3rd. Myers has it on to 1st in time. Sacrifice is executed. Mewson cover, and it goes 5-4 on the sacrifice.
The shortstop, number 6, Tiffany Thompson.
Good bunt from McDonald's. Now it's Tiffany Thompson. A 2-run homer. Her last time up. Swings and misses. Pitch is low in. Tiffany Thompson has a twin brother, goes to Texas A&M. They've always been very close, according to Montgomery High School head coach Michelle Rochinski. A big spot in this game. Bearcats trying to fight back and split this doubleheader. Lamar won game one 6-1. Big cut from Thompson. She fouls it back. It's 2-2. Canada's on third. Kate Martinez, the pinch runner, out at second. Another RBI opportunity for Thompson. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, and hits a high pop-up right at shortstop Savannah Guidry. 2 outs. Brooke Malia, but before she bats, a scouting report from Tiffany Thompson after seeing Anissa Rodriguez. That scouting report is a moot point as they're going to go to the bullpen. And the new pitcher is Laura Napoli. So Laura Napoli shut down the Bearcats a complete game in game one. She'll come on here in game two and perhaps try to close this thing out. Oh, Napoli didn't walk a batter, allowed 5 hits in game one. She comes on in a tough spot in game two. 2 on and 2 out for the Bearcats when we come back.
Growing the ground is not just a saying or an expression. I take it as more of a Bearcat way.
It's time for everybody to get together. So anybody comes out, the community of Huntsville comes out and just get together, wear your orange.
To me, Grow the Growl is more than just letters on a stadium or words on a pamphlet. It's more about an overall feeling of spirit.
You made the commitment to come to Sam Houston. Commit all the way, 100%.
Laura Napoli into the game, trying to escape this 2 on, 2 out jam. Earned the win in game one with 7 innings, allowing just 1 unearned run. Only needed 85 pitches. Malia takes the first pitch for ball 1. 13 ground ball outs in game one for Napoli. Coach Vallis raved about Malia as a player trying to improve. She switched from shortstop, her former position. She's now playing second base. And the fastball's there at the belt. Vallis says the position really has a lot to it. It really tests your mental awareness and softball IQ, and it might be harder to play in terms of responsibility than shortstop. Anyway, Malia got a notebook and started writing down observations of what she learned each and every day in practice and in games as she falls behind in the count 1 and 2. What she would learn, lessons about the position, things to work on. And it's helped her improve as a second baseman this year in Huntsville. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 in scoring position. Napoli's pitch is bounced to the right side. Nice play from Henderson. She goes back to the bag and the inning is over. Status quo for Napoli. Ground ball machine in game one. She comes out of the bullpen and induces another ground ball out from Malia to end the inning. 2 left in scoring position from the Bearcats. We go to the 6th, 9-5 Cardinals. the 6th inning of Game 2. Matt Peterson with you from the Bearkat Softball Complex. Lamar won 6-1 in Game 1. They lead Game 2 9-5. Annie Bailey has gone 3 innings out of the bullpen, and she'll face a very tough out. Kelly Musin to lead things off. First pitch swinging. It's lifted out to right field. Here comes Fisher. In the wind, she makes the catch, calling off Malia. Now Musin retired for the first time today. 3 for 3 in Game 2 with the double. In Game 1, Musin 3 for 3 with the homer and 2-run score. There's Taylor Davis. Designated player 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the first. She ropes a base hit into left. Canada gets to it quickly and has a strong throw into second. First pitch swinging for the first 2 Lamar hitters here in the 6th. Davis is 2 for 4. There's Kendall Talley. Tristan Anders is the pinch runner at first base. She was out trying to steal second earlier in Game 1. There's Kendall Talley. She's had herself a day today, 3 for 3, a double, a run scored, and an RBI in Game 2. She had a homer, the first of her college career in Game 1. She takes strike 1. I spoke with Robbie Glasscock, the East Central High School softball coach, and coached Talley in high school. She takes the ball. It was Talley's senior year, Glasscock's first year as head coach, and in their very first conversation, Talley asked Glasscock, what is our plan to get to the playoffs? I want to leave something to build on at East Central High School. Now, Glasscock was impressed by that confidence. Talley pops it up, third base. Andre makes the catch. And Talley's retired the second out here in the 6th. She's 3 for 4 in Game 2. Coach Glasscock raved about Talley as a mentor as a senior last year with 3 freshman starters on the East Central High School team. And she still talks to them here as a freshman about what college softball is like. First pitch swinging, Henderson fouls it back behind third. Henderson's had a big day today. A solo or a 2-run home run against McLeod in Game 1. Another 2-run homer in the 4th of Game 2. 3 RBIs here in Game 2. 5 RBIs combined in the 2 games. And she takes a called strike. Oh, 0-2 on Henderson. One and 2. Henderson, the 5A championship as a senior at Keller High School in Keller, Texas. At the game-winning homer deep in that playoff run. And Coach Bruder said the knowledge and competitiveness she brought from that program is something you can't teach. Lines it down the right field line and towards the bullpen. It's a foul ball. Coach Bruder told Henderson she was too slow defensively last year. And she went out over the summer and really worked hard. Said she can easily play third base or catcher. And the first baseman lines it into the alley. That's a 2-strike opposite field extra base hit. They're going to wave in the runner, and Anders will score from first. 10-5 Lamar. Lamar continues to slug their way in this doubleheader. 3 homers, a double, and a triple in game 1. This is back towards the circle, and Bailey retires Thornton. The inning is over. Lamar scores another run. They lead 10-5 as we go to the bottom of the 6th in Huntsville.
Bearkat fans, Sandy's State Athletic Ticket Office can make it easy for you to plan a group outing. Group tickets for softball are now available, and each group receives great benefits, including discounted tickets and special meal deals. Contact the ticket office for more information by visiting gobearcats.com or by calling 936-294-1729.
10-5 Lamar as we start the bottom of the 6th. Laura Napoli out of the bullpen. She threw a complete game, allowed just 1 unearned run in game 1. She came out of the bullpen to get the final out of the 5th inning. Now she'll face Irvin, Crosby, and Fisher. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the 6th inning for the Bearcats. She retired Brooke Malia on a ground out to end last inning. Irvin fouls it off. Irvin's 0 for 2 today, a fly out to left and a foul pop-up. Napoli, one of 3 sisters. All 3 have played softball. And 2 balls and a strike on Irvin. Napoli, a very good hitter and pitcher in high school. 3-1 the count. Napoli's from Houston, Texas, went to Clearbrook High School. Irvin draws a walk. Now it's Megan Crosby. I mentioned the extra base hits. The tail end of the top half of the inning. 5 extra base hits in game 1 for Lamar. 6 extra base hits in game 2. 5 doubles and the home run. Now Crosby will be pinch hit for. All right, it's Crosby at the plate, I beg your pardon. Belangi is out at first. Pinch running for Hunter Irvin. Now Belangi at first, Crosby at the plate, 0 for 2 today, a line out and a foul pop-up. Crosby hits it hard and past the dive of Guidry. A base hit for Crosby. A walk and a single, and the Bearcats back in business. 2 on with nobody out for the 2nd straight inning after they drew 2 straight walks last inning. Fisher, a high chopper towards short. Nice play made by Guidry. And she gets Belangi, the lead base runner at third. Took a really unconventional hop, the last hop before Guidry got to it. It's a 6-5 fielder's choice. Fisher aboard, Crosby up to second. Now it's Katie Andre. Fastball is low. Coach Vollish told me Megan Crosby's more aggressive. When she's more aggressive, she's more successful. So we saw that on that recent base hit into left field. This is bounced towards short. Guidry will sling it over to third. They'll try a double play. It's a high throw from Myers, but Henderson brings it down. Consecutive 6-5 groundouts for the Bearcats. Guidry having a good afternoon defensively. Andre had the 2-run homer his first time up in game 2. She's now 1 for 3. Crosby was just forced at third, and now it's Canada first pitch swinging. It's 0-1. Fisher at second, Andre at first base. Canada walked her last time, grounded up her first trip. Number 9 hitting third baseman, or left fielder for the Bearcats. She takes ball 1. Top of the order, Cody Carpenter on deck. Carly Canada supposedly has the loudest laugh on the team. Pitch misses outside. A lot of fun to hang around, according to Garrett Vollish, the assistant coach. He jokingly said, we avoid watching funny movies on the bus because her laugh is so loud, so contagious. And she takes a strike. Also very loud when calling the ball in the outfield. And her other outfielder teammates might mimic that when calling that it's their ball on a ball hit their way. Full count with 2 outs. Canada stays alive, lining it over the Bearcat dugout. Had some very good defensive catches, running into the wall earlier this year, one against Mississippi State. Still learning how to play the left field position. Here she strikes out. Napoli effective. 1 strikeout in game 1, gets a big strikeout with 2 on in the 6th to escape the jam. We go to the 7th in game 2. Lamar looking for a doubleheader sweep in control in Huntsville.
I'm here again, and she has a chance to win a prize if she can guess the trivia question correctly. Are you ready? Which SHSU building is the oldest educational building in the west of the Mississippi? A. Peabody Library, B. Austin Hall, C. SWB, or D. New Gresham Library? Audience, want to help her out? You have a guess? I'm going to say B. Let's see if she's correct. And she is! Congratulations! And thank you to the Alumni Association.
Leading off the top of the 7th and for the Cardinals, third baseman number 16, Maddie Myers.
Maddie Myers will start the 7th inning at a windswept Bearcat softball complex. First pitch swinging, she fouls it back. Myers 1 for 3 in game 2, a single in the 3rd, and struck out her other 2 times at the plate. An offensive exhibition from Lamar in game 2, 10 runs on 16 hits. That's a line into the Bearkat bullpen. Nice catch made out there by Caitlin Dawson, a sophomore warming up. Gives a thumbs up after that. May not be needed today, but getting warmed up just in case. 0-2 on Myers, the number 8 hitter in the Lamar order. Three in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth for Lamar. That's hit well out to left. Over comes Canada. She makes a nice catch on the run in the alley. A basket catch from Carly Canada. There's 1 out. Shelby Houston now. Houston's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the second. A sacrifice and a pop-up. And she lines that down the left field line. That will be the 6th double of game 2 for Lamar. Twelve extra base hits for Lamar in the doubleheader. 5 in game 1, including 3 homers, 6 doubles, and a homer in game 2. And now we will see Caitlin Dawson, the sophomore, into this game. Caitlin Dawson will work with a runner on second and 1 out in the 7th when we come back.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for everyone. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Caitlin Dawson, the sophomore out of Lubbock, Texas, into this game. 1 out in the 7th. The runner on second, Guidry, takes ball 1. A pinch runner out at second. Kimberly Maddox, as she will run, or Shelby Houston, who doubled. Caitlin Dawson. Wonderful story, had open heart surgery last fall. Takes a strike, and now here she is just a few months later pitching for the Bearkats. Lubbock, Texas native. Sophomore right-hander. Takes the ball, 3-1. Savannah Guidry, by the way, with her double in the 5th, has extended her hit streak to 13 games, the 3rd longest in Lamar softball history. The program began in 2013. And there's a walk to Guidry. Shannon Klaus now. Lamar drew 4 walks against Lindsay McLeod in game 1. Klaus takes a high strike. It's the second walk they've drawn in game 2. Klaus swings and misses. They'll throw back to second. Maddox dives back in safely as Malia took a low throw from Irvin. Coach Bruder raved about Klaus, how far she's come in just a few months with Lamar after coming over this offseason. Bounce towards second. Malia takes the sure out at first base. You can see the foot speed of Klaus, who nearly beat it out. She had an infield single in the first inning. Klaus is 1 for 4. Both base runners advance. Maddox up to third. Didry up to second. That's how quickly Klaus can get out of the box. Now it's Kelly Musin, retired for the first time today, her last time up. She takes strike 1. Devastating shoulder injury in high school, reconstructive surgery on her throwing arm, and a rehab continued into her freshman year at Lamar. Bounces it softly towards second. Malia over to first, and the inning is over. They finally have solved Musin, at least for the last 2 plate appearances. Final chance for the Bearcats coming up. We go to the bottom of the 7th in game 2. It's 10-5 Lamar. Bottom of the 7th in Huntsville. And Laura Napoli on to try to close it out after she threw a complete game in game 1. Cody Carpenter will lead off, and she takes ball 1. Napoli trying to duplicate what Savannah Heebner did for University of Houston a few weeks ago against Sam Houston State here in Huntsville. A complete game victory in game 1 and a save in game 2. This is bounce foul. That game 2 went 10 innings. Houston overcame a 8-2 deficit to the Bearcats. Carpenter is 0 for 2. She walked her last time. That's foul back. One and 2 on Carpenter. And it's line foul past third. Coach Garrett Vallis, the assistant coach for Sam Houston State, talked about Carpenter's improvement at the plate. More power, more ability to drive the ball. She's up to 3 homers this year. She takes ball 2. She hit only 1 homer in her first 2 years. Coach Wallace said Carpenter's had more bad luck than anyone she's seen. This is bounce to the first baseman. Henderson's been smooth all day. And there's the first out. Carpenter 0 for 3 with the walk. Here's Megan McDonald. Singled and scored, and the third is also grounded out and had a sacrifice bunt. Coach Wallace said Megan McDonald hits extra more than anyone on the team. Will stay after or come early. Extra work in the batting cage, even on off days. Won the prestigious Triple Crown Nationals in New York as a club baseball player in high school. Fastball stays high. Coach John Carpenter, McDonald's coach at Texas Blade Gold, for whom she won that national championship, talked about her defense in the outfield and what she did as a left fielder on that team as it's bounced right to the first baseman. Henderson has it, and it's foul. Coach John Carpenter said they were playing the #1 team in the country at the time, 2 on and 2 out. A ball was played out to left. Megan McDonald went through the left field fence to make an incredible catch. And Texas Blaze Gold went on to run rule them. And Coach Carpenter said she'll literally run through a wall for you, and she did that Sunday morning in Boulder, Colorado. I'll do whatever it takes to win. Megan McDonald said on defense she has a short memory, which is a key in softball. Doesn't care what happened on the play before. The next girl's going to hit it to me again, and I'm going to make a play. And it's fouled off the catcher, Houston. Megan McDonald was the left fielder on the national title team for Texas Blaze Gold. John Carpenter said she never loses her composure. Her non-verbal presence is insanely good. 2-2. Two and two with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And there's a line drive right back to Napoli. She makes the catch. Excellent play by Napoli. 2 gone. Here's Tiffany Thompson, and here's her at bat in the 3rd inning. Off Taylor Gruel. A 2-run shot. As that one goes to the backstop, that was Thompson's team-leading 5th homer of the year. She bounces it foul. Tiffany Thompson, an all-around athlete. Head coach Michelle Rachinsky at Montgomery High School sung her praises when I spoke to her this week. A phenomenal person, a player, and a great student, good role model in the classroom as the pitch is up in the zone. You hear that about so many of these players here in the Southland, talking with their high school and club coaches. No surprise they have success in athletics. That's tapped foul, and Sam Houston's down to its last strike. Laura Napoli, 85 pitches needed in game 1. She's thrown 34 pitches here in game 2 out of the bullpen. She tries to get the final 2 and a 3rd innings to close out the game. As Coach Holly Bruder talks things over with the home plate umpire, Francis Ailman. Bruder talking perhaps about Thompson loading in the batter's box. (10-5) Lamar. Sam Houston trying to extend this 7th inning. Thompson squares to butt and takes inside. Most of the Lamar infield thought that was a strike. Including Coach Bruder. Here it comes. And it's hit out to right center, hit well, and that one's going to be off the top of the wall in play. A double for Thompson with 2 outs in the 7th. Very nearly cleared the wall. Great swing from Thompson.
Second baseman, number 14,
Just below the yellow line. The very top portion of the green part of the wall above the HEB logo. Great swing from Thompson. Now it's Malia. Fastball runs inside. 7th double of the year for Thompson. Malia's 1 for 3, doubled and scored in the 2nd. He's also hit a foul pop-up and grounded out. There's a line drive towards second on one hop. Mewson has it. She flips to Henderson, and the ball game is over. Lamar comes into Huntsville, and they take games 1 and 2 of this 3-game series, thanks in large part to Laura Napoli. A complete game in game 1. She gets the final 7 outs of game 2 and did not allow an earned run in the process. An offensive exhibition here in game 2. 24 hits between the two teams. 17 for Lamar, including 7 extra base hits. Well, Lamar with the win improves to 8-6 in the Southland. Sam Houston State with the loss falls to 5-9. These teams will meet tomorrow afternoon in the series finale. Now the Bearcats had chances in this game, but they just could not keep Lamar off the scoreboard. Lamar scores 16 runs in the doubleheader. They pound out a total of 26 hits. And in this game 2, they had 5 different players with multiple hits. Mewson, Talley, and Henderson with 3 hits apiece. My name is Matt Peterson. Thank you for tuning in this evening. To watch this entire game on replay or any game on the family of ESPN networks, visit watchespn.com. Final score, Lamar in game 2 beat Sam Houston State 10-5. This has been a presentation of ESPN.